Everyone, good afternoon. So I shared a few different videos yesterday, some just showing me doing some different types of kinesis, and I'm an extreme novice. I can't lift up couches with my chi or anything like that, but I just wanted you to see that I do understand energy. I do understand how it flows. And so what I wanted to talk about today was light calling or elemental invocation, which is just, think about what that means, elemental invocation. So everything that is a force of nature is a spirit, and you have domain over all these forces of nature. The air, the water, the wind, the fire. They are literal spirits, and we can talk to them. So let me take a few steps back. So a few years ago, I had read something called Christ's Letters, and when they were talking about God or Source, they would say Father Divine Consciousness, Mother Divine Consciousness, kind of showing the polarity of both. And that's always stuck with me ever since. And so, this video is about light calling. So when I figured out how to do this, I would be going to my son's soccer games and didn't dress warm enough. The wind's ripping through there. I'm freezing my butt off, right? And so this was when I first figured out or learned that this was even possible. But so I started visualizing a ball. First I started calling out to God, and I literally just say, Mother Divine Consciousness, Father Divine Consciousness, please give me your warmth. And I visualize a sun above my head about right here, about 10 inches above. And when you call out to it, and you also have dominion, over the wind. So if it's not wanting to move, you can command it to do so, and it will do it. Now, it doesn't happen immediately. It usually takes about 10 minutes. But when I would do it at my son's game, the first time I did it, I'm talking super cloudy day. There's no sun coming through anywhere. And the first time I did it, I opened up a hole and it came and it shined right down on me. The next time that I did it, when I said, let's try this again, I'm freezing. And when I left the field, it was pure clouds everywhere, and there was just a rectangle literally around the field. That was the only place light was coming in anywhere. And I showed my wife when we were leaving, because she never believes that any of this stuff is possible. Also, during the eclipse, I did the same technique because I wanted to see if I could get any type of light codes to come down. And so I just went out, and my wife had a party and was having people over. Everyone's on the back deck, and I just kind of go out into the grass and I do the same technique. I put the sun above my head. I call, and you have to use emotion. Emotion is the most powerful thing we as humans have, and it is what tells the universe what to do. Your emotions are how you speak to the universe. And so when I had the eclipse in the backyard, I was doing the same thing. I was in Indiana, so we had the full eclipse. It was unbelievable. It was right over my house. And I did that same technique. And one of the gentlemen that were there at my party, the eclipse was just getting ready to come out. And he's like, I'll be damned if I just didn't see a light beam just shine directly only on you. And I said, that's literally what I was trying to do. But it's just a feeling. So I just say, Father Divine Consciousness, Mother Divine Consciousness, hear me, help me, Father. I call upon you. And That's literally all you have to do. Within like 10 minutes, almost every single time, the sky clears up exactly where you are sitting, and the sun will literally shine directly on your head. It's awesome. The other thing I wanted to talk about is cloud bursting. And cloud bursting is... all these things are just you believing that it is possible and that you can do it. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about anybody doing any of these things. It's just training your subconscious to believe that these things are possible and then just do it. So I've erased clouds out of the sky a bunch of times, and I've done it in front of some of my friends. And I was at a Snoop Dogg concert last summer, and outdoor stadium, and it's kind of slanted like this, and so there ended up being a big storm that came through, and they canceled the concert for a short time, or just shut it down, paused it for a minute while the storm was going through. So we're just standing underneath like this ledge, so we're not getting soaked. And then it stopped, and it just kind of was barely sprinkling or kind of misting, but there was another huge storm cloud coming. Well, once we walked back, my buddy's daughter, who he had told that I could do this, she says, "Hey, I hear you can erase clouds." I said, "Yeah, I can, and she said, "Well, show me." And I said, "Well, pick one out of the sky." And so she did, and I said, "Start with them really small, and I just use my thumb like this, and I act like it's a painting or a canvas, and I'm just erasing it. I'm just erasing it out of the sky like this. If it's a real thick one, I'll chop it first, or I'll just push it, move it, and I will start to break it up." Well, we did like 4 or 5 different clouds, and then all of a sudden she sees this really big storm cloud coming in that is maybe, I don't know, half a mile away, and it's as big as the whole stadium. It's a really big one, and she's like, "Do that one." And I said, "I don't know if I could do that, honey." I said, "But I could try." So I just start doing it, and I'm on the lawn, and I'm towards the front of it, so there's thousands and thousands of people behind me. And so I was trying to make it so they really couldn't see what I was doing until I got to the big one, and then I was just like, screw it. And so when I started doing that one, I literally started working on it, and I literally erased the very last bit right before it could even go over our head, and I literally erased the entire storm cloud out of the sky. And as soon as I did my last thing and I went, like that, all these people behind me started cheering because they saw what I had done. But all these forces of nature, they are all spirits, and everything is consciousness, right? So all you have to do is talk to these things, because it's all around you. It's everything. It's just nature, right? It's just you talking with nature. And the reason I shared the other video yesterday, as far as that I think I labeled it astral spirits, and that was because I wanted you to see that each force in nature is a archangel. So they went through Michael, Raphael, Ariel, and they went through the different angels to do the 4 directions, right? That is the elementals, right? So the elementals are representations, or the archangels are representations of the elements. So, it's you're literally trying to converse directly with the angel, right? So there's nothing pagan or anything about it. It's just you talking to God directly. You don't need an intermediary, and you can do it anywhere you want. But that is how I've done it so many times. Try it a few times yourself, and just kind of see what kind of luck you have. But that's what I wanted to talk about. Hope you have a blessed day. Namaste.